Welcome back, tankers of Blitz Universe. Good to see you all. We are back with a new video with a new map guide, and this time it's time for Mirage. We featured Middleburg before, we featured Castilla and Canyons, and Mirage has a few spots that are very powerful, that are very dominant on the game. Spots that you have to have in your arsenal of places to go to see red tanks, to shoot red tanks and to win the games. I'm gonna show a few of them in the video. I'm gonna show a few things you really shouldn't do because they are bad for you, because they cost you hit points, because they allow the rest to shoot you easily. And I'll show you, as usual in the review series, the guided tours, all the places in the map. I really like doing those map guides. It takes some time, but you do get to go to places on maps you usually don't go to. Okie dokie, we have the Mirage Tactical Minimap, and there are four main elements. This is the beach area. Obviously in red we have on top the waterfall area. Then the beach gets separated from the middle by a small sector over here, a small corridor. There is a railroad. Water down below, which slows you down a bit, and you have the large middle area in yellow. On the left and the right, west and north are the spawn areas, and we are going to take a look first at the beach. This one, Vamos a la Playa. You can use this for a very long flank. As you can see, you can drive safely under the gun line of any tanks, and you can go from west to east spawn unnoticed, provided there are no tanks that can spot you on the railroad or any of the hills that surround the cap area. So you can get there easily. You can turn up on their backs if needed. Biggest problem is it might take you some time, and all the time that you are driving there, you are effectively out of the game. Your gun is not working. But you can isolate tanks here as well, which I am doing now. I am isolated myself. You can see I'm driving backwards to the end of the railroad. That's one of the exit areas of the beach. Both ends feature this railroad. It's a high area. It exposes you to fire from any tank in the middle. It exposes you to fire on any tank that is in the hill in the middle. So you should be very careful, but like I said, you can get isolated or isolate any tanks here fairly easily. And that's what I was doing against this T-54. The Jagdtiger was slow, lumbering in, and I have only 113.5, just about 140 hit points left, but I'm behind a railway cart, and I can shoot the Borsig, and I can respot the Jagdtiger, and this is all fine and dandy, and I'm safe over here. Kill the Borsig, and then we were off to kill the Jagdtiger. One thing you have to take into consideration on this area is, like I said, this railroad. It is exposed. There are a few sniper areas. The one completely at the end of the railroad is west, in my opinion. This is a sniping area as well. But for the higher tier games, and in higher tier I'm talking about 8, 9 and 10, maybe even 7 with binocs fitted, that position can be a bit of a death trap. Why is that? It's an elevated area. You are open to fire from the left, or when you're on this side from the right. Easily spotted by any tanks on the beach. And if you're driving here, then you're fairly close to the front line. You'd be better off all the way back on the railroad, far longer view range, and there will be no tank in game. Even with all the added provisions and cruise kills and binocs, etc., that will be able to spot you. You can see the view ranges over here. This towards the middle, it's only about 150, 160, 170 maybe. Towards the other rock on the corresponding spawn, it is 250. So that means any tank on tier 7 with a good view range with optics fitted will be able to spot you. Mirage is a pretty balanced map. For every strong position on the eastern spawn, there is a corresponding position on the western spawn. They not completely similar, but pretty much corresponding. And here we go again in terms of isolating. Bye are you? You can isolate tanks easily here. I'm isolated, so that gave you 13 thinking he might be able to feast on my scraps. But luckily we have a T-54 Mod 1 behind us, and he is coming in to help me miss the shot completely. But two big guns on tier 7 medium is going to be an easy kill for us. We do manage to shoot him here for 636 penetration, and as I got shot from the back by that Tiger, I immediately dived towards the right behind this hill. KV-13 is occupied with the Mod 1. We got shot again by the Tiger, but this game is already in the bag. 5-on-1, we're going to kill him as he crests the hill towards the beach, the railroad. Here it is, the middle area. I'm in the Death Star, I'm at the back, I'm at the trains, well out of range of that SU-122-54, but he is spotted by all the mediums in the middle. And you can see this is a raised plateau. You have a firing channel into the tank destroyer positions over there. You have a few firing channels over the cap area into those tanks over there. Any tanks that are sitting on hills, easy pickings if you are aware of your surroundings. But what you have to take into consideration is the fact that this area and the corresponding one on the western spawn, they are very, very open, at least to the right. There will be a VK, you can see him on the minimap already, a VK4502B popping up. That's why I'm going down over here, and I'm using the railroad line to go under the gun line out of sight of the enemy. And stopping here, I know I'm spotted now because of the light bulb, but I managed to get the shot off. A bit lucky on the E50. But hey ho, without some luck. Well, if you're not lucky, then you can't play the game. It all comes down to skill, obviously, to knowing the game, but a bit of luck doesn't go amiss at times. Should you be too aggressive, or push too hard, or get spotted, these middle hills, yes, that's one of them where I'm looking at, those middle hills allow you to drive back, go hull down, even in a Type 50 now, which isn't the best hull down tank in the game, but it has a strong turret, a strong upper plate, as you can see. That one bounces from the LTTB probably, but it allows you to go hull down and slowly drive back. You could see that LTTB shooting through the railroad tracks as well. That's fun to do because auto aim of red tanks might be catching up on the wheels of the train cars instead of on you. But you can see it's a very undulating terrain over here. Lots of small ridges, nooks, crannies, hill crests, etc. that allow you to really work the area. We are diving into the middle dunes now. I'm going to show you some more working in a few other sections of this video, but this is one of the strong positions, and watch them pop. Leopard PTA 5041, ST1 spotted, IS8 spotted, 1, 2, 3, 4 spotted, Centurion spotted, hello Centurion, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks spotted, and they are moving into the middle. I accidentally fired a gun, I don't know why. Here, that means I get spotted by the Waterfall tractor and I wait just a bit too long and I get shot. But this game, that was fairly easily won. Corresponding position from the eastern spawn. There we are. Hello Centurion, Carnarvon I6. You are moving into the waterfalls, as you can see. I can safely shoot you. There's no one towards the left in the other bush, in the small ridge between the water, or near the water. So easy to shoot. 59 medium. Hello Centurion, T32, T54. 54 is moving up on the hill. There is a 44 again, and you can see they are going in force through the middle, and we are going to work the area. Why? We have 3 big tank destroyers, slowish tank destroyers, bossy, not really slow, but no armor, T28 Proto, slow. So I'd like to protect them a bit. I like to go in over here and do what I did as in the Type 61 in the intro of the video, and just stay here, work this line and keep them back. The middle area down beneath the hill, I'd suggest you stay out of it. Why? Because it can be a death trap. It can be a death trap like the beach areas, like the waterfall is. This is not a terrain where you would want to be if there's an STR like that tank is looking at me now. It's pushing towards you. If there's a T54 like there's popping up on my right over there. Sorry for Premo spam, but that's okay. This is terrain where you don't want to be if you are in a tank, in a tank with low TPM. It's easy to get isolated there. It's not very easy to get cover because it's a flat area aside from that very small hill over there, and it's a bit of a killing field. Enemy tanks can pop over the hill on the right, can come out of the cap area, and they can very easily shoot you. On this one I should have pushed on the scent a bit quicker. I was trying to be very clever and shoot the target too, but we do kill the Centurion anyway. And as far as games go, this one was game, set and match pretty quick. And did I mention killing fields again? You can see 54 E1, he's going down fairly quick. Ram kill from the E50, but he manages to get some shots into me and into one of my teammates as well. And you can see my hit points, were fairly high as I moved in, but we have a 54 E1 and a 54 and a T69 all shooting me. And for all the armor and maneuverability you can have in a tank, there's just no way you'll be able to get out alive if the Reds pop out quickly and manage to get more guns on you than you have in terms of hit points. So that's what you have to do. You have to work the middle. What we are doing again here, we're picking up from the intro T62 medium, doing pretty much the same like we did in the T59 and Type 59. You can see the T30 is pushing very aggressively. That's fine, we just roll back very slowly. We waste a shot on him because he stops and he didn't go forward. But we go back, kill the 140 hopefully. No, we're going to shoot the other 140. Don't overexpose, don't expose yourself to a big gun, don't expose yourself to the gun of a T30 155mm of caliber. But once he's shot, it's feasting day. Object 140, T62, Russians that are under super test for an Russian mediums, T10 mediums, but still pretty powerful as they are now, and they probably will be powerful nevertheless. IS-7 Heavy, another very powerful tank. It might not be very well suited to all the dunes here in Mirage, but it's got a good hold on turret, and that's why I'm pushing over here. I'm going towards this area again. That's the spotting bush towards the right, but you can also use these hills to go hold down, shoot over the ridge and then pull back. Park an IS-7 over here together with a medium tank and you have a very strong combo. And in my opinion, and I'm giving away a bit of the conclusion of the game, lovely snapshot with HE on the grill. We're giving a bit away of the conclusion. I think most of the games on Mirage are won at the middle area. That might be partly due to my playstyle too. I know other people are far better, at least heavy drivers or tank drivers than I am. I'm just sort of wandering around and shooting reds, and I carry the occasional game when I get lucky. But I make big noob mistakes too, but I really think this area, the middle area and the dunes, that's the best area to go. It suits my playstyle, slightly aggressive, mobile, fluent. I don't have the patience to do a lot of side scraping. I'm going to see a video in the E100 where I do side scrape and I do hold part of the area at the waterfall, but it's not what I prefer to do. I like to do this. I like to drive around in a medium. I like to be sneaky and shoot red tanks and then go around a bit more and flank hard if possible. And I mentioned the very long flank through the beach area in the Type 61 at the beginning. You have the sort of, let's call it semi-flank I did on the IS-7 using the corridor with the water. And you can go a short flank just underneath the cap by driving that way. And it brings us towards the hills area. And you can see from me shooting that object 140 on top over there, and I'm trying to shoot the defender here, that one goes into the ground. That area over there, it can be strong if you are not spotted, but it took me some time to realize that if you are over there, you might think you are well into cover, but you're not always into cover, because if you are driving up over there and you are shooting tanks that are in the waterfall area, you are probably exposing your hull or your turret or the bits of the tank that are vulnerable to any tanks at the middle. I'm doing this here. I'm trying to reverse back, but I get one into my tracks. Immobilized, I repair my tracks, hit adrenaline, I don't really know why I did that. Bouncer shot on 140, and this is the thing I was talking about. Look at this, one shot into me and on fire, and we quickly extinguish the fire. But it's something to be aware of if you are over there on that hill area. We've had 3 areas so far: the beach, the middle dunes, and that small watery train road railway corridor that leads us to go towards the waterfalls. And in my opinion, it's the least favorable area, at least for mediums, and especially in a weakish medium like T54 E1. Probably should have gone here in the first place with all the big guns and the big tanks over here. But you can see that I7 is making it hard or impossible for us to move out. So we have to set up over here. And this is a bit of a death trap. You can see where that waffle tractor is. He is in an absolute excellent sniping position. He can hold the gun line safely to keep us contained in here. And that's what usually happens if you are here and you spot it quick. You can see it, any tank on top of that hill will spot you if you fire a gun. Tanks that are in spawn, in the red spawn, or in the, what is it, in the west spawn or in the eastern spawn, they will be able to shoot you because there are a few very long fields of fire available along the sides of the map. Not many people use it, but it's possible to use it. So if there are tanks, if you have a low health tank, it might be useful for you to set up in the spawn area, and especially if there are tanks in the waterfalls area that are spotting for you. Right, would you want to get the waterfall then? By all means, on all intents and purposes. No, not always, because you have to get there quick. It's a strong position, and if you're not quick enough, then you'll get beaten by quicker tanks, and you might be able to side scrape a few out. But your right side is open to enemy fire as well, so the house I'm driving next to now at the moment, that might be the best position to set up a side scraping spot. I'm trying to do it here, but I'm over angling my tank. I'm trying to shoot the VK. I miss. He shoots me easily into the left side probably. And you can see it over here. I'm wary of the right side. I'm not driving this particularly useful. I3 defender is in a better position, my platoon mate. You can see him down there. He's got cover to his right. And we are pushing in over here, hoping to dodge a shot or bounce a shot from the VK. But a quick snap to the right, a peek to the right, revealed the position of a red KD4, and that's a position that's very strong as well. Because you slightly hold down, cover to your right from the hills, protected from the back by any mediums that are in the middle. And I bounce a shot, luckily, but I get shot here as well by the KV4. So not advisable to rush very quick. The KV4, he was in this spot where I'm now while driving the Tankenstein. As you can see, quick snapshot into the IS-3, thank you very much. And you can see you can side scrape if possible of any tanks that are moving in. T25, he's going forward, but he stops just as I fire. So that's unfortunate. We have another tank available over there, T34 1776 from Vanguard. I'm not using View for target practice, guys. Sorry about that. You just keep popping up in games I play while I am making videos. But this position is a good one, fairly strong, fairly useful, and yet also have to slowly work this area. And if you can hold, if you can manage this, and if you can see on the minimap what the red team is doing, then you might be able to pull it off on the cap on the waterfall area and win the game easily. Like that, it's not my preferred way of playing. I like it better inside the mediums area. We have to clean up this T20. He's not doing the best in terms of driving around. He should have been better off far away with his low rate of fire. T-71 as well, light tank, not suited for all this heavy metal driving around over him. He should have been better off in the middle area or spotting anyone, because he would have been able, if he had gone towards the spotting bush, to spot us all going into the Waterfall area, slowly creeping up in Tankenstein. Why do I play this tank? Well, I haven't aced it yet, and I ain't gonna ace it on this game, but I wanted to try it anyway. Right, we're gonna win this game, onwards and upwards to the next one. And this one is in the Leopard 1 Tier 10 German medium, very fast. We are flanking underneath the cap area, IS-8 on top. That shot misses unfortunately, but you can see what we are doing here. 4 of our tanks at the moment, because there's another one moving in from spawn 1. They are holding the line at the waterfalls, and we are simply trying to flank as hard as possible. Our M103 is down unfortunately, but we have them cornered over there. You can see it on the minimap. All the reds are over there in the middle. We can see them all, and this is one of the nice gun lines as well on Mirage that you should know that you should take advantage of should you arrive in this position. HE on the back of the E4 for a bit more damage than by shooting APCR. That's good. He turns now, so back to APCR. 1 shot into him, and this is easy pickings at the moment. One thing I've found out by doing these map guides, by going into more and more areas and by carefully looking at what is useful for you, the audience, the patrons of the channel who sponsor the slightly noob-free gameplay, is finding out that Wargaming have done a good job at most of the maps. And that's the fact that there are a lot of positions, a lot of special details like those firing channels. It's not that there are 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 strong positions that will win you every game, but there are a lot of options available to be successful. 3 more games to go in the Kuro Morimine. And I also like to show you what you should do, in my opinion, if you are in the waterfall area and you can get out. You should push aggressively. You should get red tanks out of the game as fast as possible, because if you stay there, you are easy pickings for any tank at the back with a long field of fire. And that's what we're doing here. You can see it on the left. We are in a tier 7 battle, and they are pushing. There's a Helsing over there who's pushing. There's a Hellcat down here. There's a Kuro still here. They have an SP1C who might be flanking hard. We lose a tank to their Helsing. But this one, Hellcat, he goes down. The VK3001P goes down. The Kuro, he's going down in a second. Not by me, we shoot him, but we move on. And that's game, set and match, because we realized the opportunity was there to push hard aggressively over the top and really win the game. And if you want to hold, that's fine too. Set up in a good position like this one. This one is useful as well, as long as there are no tanks available to your left. I was a bit reluctant to shoot this 263, but the looks of it, especially later in the game, he was just with his back towards us, so we could have shot him with AP. This shot on the IS-7 bounces unfortunately. We didn't even scratch them. So we are rolling down while reloading, using the rock again for cover to the left. You can see we're held down. There's another E100 over there, so we're not popping out. We're trying to duke a shot out of him, but we go forward just a bit too quick. And you can also see what happened to our mediums. They made the long flank. Took them 1 minute to get there. In the end, we're gonna win this game easily. Spoiler alert. And that's on account, in my opinion, of that E75 to my right, me holding the line over here, and especially that IS-7 to hell. Excellent game by him. Look at him in a second. Under 100 hit points, but he's still holding against the red IS-7, and that shows that that position can be very strong. One of the red E100s was pushing on me. This shot, oh, gun depression, bounces on the E100. I should have just stayed and shot him, but we bounced another shot from the other E100. Our IS-7 is down now, so here's the moment again to push, because otherwise we get pinched between an IS-7 and that other red tank at the back. So we are rolling in because the mediums are cleaning up as well. Quick switch to HE to finish off the E100. There we go. And this one again, game, set and match, because it's 3 on 2 now, and in a few seconds it's gonna be 4 on 2, and at least just the heavies over here to clean up. And for all the armor you have, you're not going to survive. Last game of today of the Mirage Map Guide is a full game T62 medium from the western spawn. And what do you do when you're on Mirage and you are in a medium tank? You spot push. You know, can't push, you spot push. So we're going into the middle and we're driving towards that hill. And we stop just behind the bush, not in front, because reasons and camo rating. And here we have them. Hello, there's one spotted, other T62 spotted. We can already see 2 red tanks at the Waterfall area. And you can see how powerful this position is. And if you sit still with a tank with good camo rating and just wait it out and wait it out and wait it out, then you can let enemy tanks come close to you fairly quickly. More tanks are spotted in the spawn area, that's why we push aggressively over here. We miss a shot on the 62, that's unfortunate. But it seems to be that a Jagdtiger is AFK. Unfortunate for the red team, fortunate for us, but we can keep shooting him. And that's again what I meant by those firing channels. Just look at how those dunes are positioned in relationship to each other. You can keep shooting at them because it's a very nice channel over there. That's why we kill a Jagdtiger, Jägeru available, he is in the back. Bad idea in my opinion. He should have been better off by pushing into the waterfall area or staying at the railroad with support. But this, far too open, far too open. Shot through the lower glaciers, easy pickings. And do we get the kill shot? No, we don't get the kill shot. The M103 gets the kill shot, but that's fine as game, set and match basically. The M103 is getting a bit aggressive. We bounce a shot on the IS-8 and we park ourselves in front of the M103, and I know I am exposing myself pretty quick over here, but I wanted to get that IS-8 out. Now we're going to take this IS-8 down, and we are also driving here because we want to protect our teammate, the M103, keeping more guns into the game. That's the best. IS-8 shot, we can save the movement, that's a kill, and it leaves us to clean up. You can see again the tanks that moved into the waterfall area and that didn't push with determination. They went down. They don't win the game because we are going to win the game, and we are fighting the E100 over here, then turning back quick to the T62. Why? Because he is the target we want to get out. We know there is a house over there, keeping that between me and the E100 and dunking a shot into that house. And now it's just a matter of brawling an E100 because reasons and the possibility there. There's a Leopard PJ, I'm in the E100, should have shot APCR, didn't realize that. But nevertheless, in terms of driving around, this was a good game, in my opinion. I hope this was useful for you. I know it's a tad long, the video, about half an hour, but I really wanted to show you all the bits that I'm showing you now at the moment. Thank you all for all the support. I see you all on the next one. We have some good games coming up. M46 pattern, cheery review. Cheers, happy tanking.